This video shows how to troubleshoot the following issue. While running Yarn Infra app for an Goldstack email send module, you may receive the following error. Try to create resource record set, but it already exists. And here specifically for the TXT record. Now, in order to set up email sending through AWS SES, we actually need to create a whole bunch of AWS Route 53 record sets. And one of them is the TXT record for the root of the domain that we have specified. So if we have specified yourdomain.com, this would be yourdomain.com. And now the issue is that often other services require us to set the TXT record as well. In my case here, that was G Suite that required to have this set up. Now, how can we deal with that? Well, there is a relatively easy workaround. We will just go into the Route 53 console and into our hosted zone that matches the domain that we want to specify, and these ones would match to what we have put into our configuration file as hosted zone domain, and then domain as the domain we would send the emails from. So now what we need to do here, we need to look for the correct record name, which in our case is just the domain name, and then look for the text record type. And what we can see here, there is a text record defined for Google site verification, which G Suite required to be set here. Now, what we can do is just copy this value, go into our Terraform for the email send module, and in here we can see this is a text record that created the problem for us. And what we can do here is we just add the existing text record here to the records. So just let me do that. Now we have the Google site verification added here. Okay, so I actually made a small mistake here, something that may happen to you as well and may serve as a sign to be cautious about this. So what I did wrong here is I added this additional record to the wrong AWS Route 53 record. So what I did here, I added it to the mail from domain, which corresponds to mail.goldstack.party, where you can see I got this Google site verification in here now, but actually we want to have the Google site verification sitting at goldstack.party. So therefore we need to take this and move it down here to the record set that just says far.domain. And now it is correct, and we should, when we run yarn infra prod, everything should be good. Or yarn infra up prod. And yeah, and that's about it. Now what we still need to do is go in here, delete that record, and make sure that you have copied this value before you delete it, because I don't think that the Route 53 console keeps a history of these records. So if it's deleted, it's deleted, but in our case that's okay because we have just copied it. So just double check at this point that you got the right domain, the right record type, and now we can go ahead and delete. And after we have done that, and we just make sure that we have saved this file, now we can run the infra up operation again. Oops, just missing some. So of course, if you have more than one original record in your TXT record, you can just chain in here as many. as you like. In our case, we just need this one additional one, but there may be other things in your text record already. And so assuming that all runs successfully for you, just double check that the service for which you have removed the TXT record here will still work as you expected to after having made this modification. Now, if you're wondering why even we need to set this this particular record, this is just like one of the additional ones how we can signal to our receivers that our email is not a spam email. Now we can see here at the bottom, it's modifying the text record. And hopefully it will work. There's some infrastructure operations that take really long to run, but this particular one shouldn't take too long. So now we can see here, apply complete, everything worked. If you have any more questions about that, please head over and report an issue to Goldstack or reach out in any other way. Now we can go into the Route 53 console again and just check that everything looks all right. So we look for the record name with our specified domain, and we can see here we still have Google site verification. Let's make sure. Oops. That's interesting. Sorry. So we have Google site verification here, but then we also have this additional record in here that we need. So now everything should work fine. G Suite should still continue to work, and our Goldstack email send module should also be able to send out emails that are not marked as spam.